outside of this theater is because every time I pass by it, I'm flooded with memories of pretty much every film that I saw here. A lot of the films that we consider classics from the 90s were screened at this theater, and I used to call this theater the Cat Theater, namely because there was a cat in front of it. And I loved it. It had that old cinema feel, and I'm going to put up some pictures of what the inside looked like because there's one or two theaters in this country that look exactly like it. But the point is that this theater is now closed. It's not open anymore. It doesn't screen any movies. And there's been a few interesting conversations happening around theaters, AI, and the whole movie experience over the past 5 to 10 years. In my opinion, over the past 5 to 10 years, the movie experience has been greatly waned, but not because of, anything that the theater itself is doing, although ticket prices are really high these days. I think that one thing that I'm reminded of is that people are just used to watching films at home. And I get it, especially now that I have kids. It's just much, much, much easier. When they watch films at home, they can spend a lot less money. They can have the snacks that they want. Their whole family can watch with them, and they can watch it in peace and check their phone. And people forget that when they come to the theater, that experience is to watch a film and be immersed in that film. And in the past, I've noticed that people have forgotten that. Now, I think it's starting to wane because the people that didn't want to go to the theater just to watch the movie anyways have stayed at home. And I think that's why we see theaters like this that have closed down. I mean, this has been closed down for several years now, but more and more theaters are closing down. The conversation is that people don't want to go to theaters anymore, and there's no real reason for them to go to theaters when they can watch their favorite movies at home. And I get it. For instance, I just got Sinners on 4K Blu-ray, and I know that experience is going to be amazing because I'm going to set the scene up. I'm going to make that experience as immersive as I can at home. However, there's always going to be the opportunity to make it better and go to a theater to do it. Now, when it comes to the theater experience for a lot of other people, again, I know that they can kind of leave that behind. However, when I talk about going to movies, when I remember going to movies with my family, it's something I remember very fondly, and it's something I will set a date for even now, today, and I can't wait to be able to take my son and my daughter to experience movies that are going to be their favorites in the future. Right now, it's interesting because Guillermo Del Toro at Comic-Con had this quote that he said that you're not going to be able to create art on an app. And I do agree with him 100%.
It's like you cannot just press a button and get to the middle, because then you will not know the beginning or the end of that idea for yourself.
In terms of AI, I think that AI is going to continue to consume society in good and bad ways. However, I think that the point that Guillermo Del Toro is missing in terms of AI is that his next movie, Frankenstein, is being premiered primarily on Netflix. And because his film is being premiered on Netflix, it's not going to be in theaters at all. The same was with his film Pinocchio. And I'm not here to say that Guillermo Del Toro is, a hack because of it. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Some of my favorite movies and some really great films are his own films. Films like Kronos, films like Devil's Backbone, two of my favorite comic book movies, Hellboy 1 and 2, Pacific Rim. These are all great films that he's produced. However, he's migrated away from the theater experience, which was a classical experience for a lot of people. Now, I think that when it comes to movie theaters and when it comes to AI, we have someone like Guillermo Del Toro who is very clearly saying that the way of the future is going to be on Netflix, at least as of now, right? He has a TV show on there. He has 2 films that are premiering on there. And at some point, I think Guillermo Del Toro's film will come out on the Criterion Collection because it came out on Criterion for Pinocchio as well. However, people are going to miss out on that experience of watching it in a movie theater. And we can see how the future, as it comes in and things change, it's going to be a little bit shocking to a lot of people how many people migrate to AI. One of my favorite rappers yesterday posted a music video or a promo video on his Instagram of him of him at a club with 2 women, and it was AI produced. And the good and the bad of that is that I think people have this opportunity, especially small creators like myself and beyond. People have this opportunity to start creating real art now, and having that art be valued in society, because our favorites, our heroes, the people that we came up watching and listening to and consuming their art and viewing their art, I should say, are now migrating towards the future of AI. And I think that when it comes to human-made things, it's going to be the small creators that embrace it and really try their best to make films, short films, documentaries, vlogs, and just all this other types of art handmade. Handmade is going to be the future for small creators. Handmade is going to be the future for quality art and quality media. And I think that we can't let the incoming future in which AI is consuming everything and streaming is consuming everything take over and say this is what the future is going to be, because it's us that dictates it at a ground level. Someone might decide to start distributing their short films on DVD or Blu-ray. That might be an excellent way to kickstart the DVD market for people that want to make short films and get them in the hands of people, to make a package that is made of love, that is made with care. And I think that going forward, a lot of creators need to realize that. Going forward, we need to realize that places like this, even though they're closing down, it's not the be-all end-all of society. There's new opportunities. Someone could possibly lease this theater and use it for short films or use it for older movies, if that opportunity exists. And I think that's possibly what's going to happen in the next 5 to 10 years, but we'll see. If you've made it this far into my video, I thank you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.